and welcome to Nyam Nyam. We've got an amazing cake for you today. Wow, it's so pretty. It's a Barbie cake. So, here are the ingredients. You're going to need 400 grams of pink buttercream frosting, 150 grams of royal icing, 500 grams of pink fondant icing, and 5 large chocolate sponge cakes. You're also going to need a rolling pin, 50 grams of white fondant icing, some sugar flowers, a Barbie of course, wrapped in cling film, a piping bag, a number 2 piping nozzle, and a cookie cutter. Right, once you've got all your things ready, let's start. We've got a display board and we're just pasting a little bit of buttercream icing on to stick on our first cake. We're going to layer these up with buttercream icing in between each layer. It sort of acts as a glue. One by one, buttercream icing goes on, and the cake sticks on top. We want this to be quite tall. Now, using the cookie cutter, cut out a hole in the middle. You can use a knife to just pry out the cake from the inside. We want to make a nice deep hole, so just get all the filling out. You can use a spoon to help. Now we're going to slice around the edges of our cake. This is going to become the dress, so we want it to make a shape according to that. Once that's all done, with a kind of dome on the top, we're going to coat it in our pink buttercream icing, smooth it all out, and then just stick it in the fridge to set. Meanwhile, we're going to roll out our pink fondant icing. Just slicing off the sides to make it straight and checking the size with your Barbie, because that is going to wrap around Barbie's top half to be the top half of the dress. You can use a little bit of water to just stick it on. Pressing it down with your fingers. And trimming off the excess. Now we're going to make a little indent in the top to shape it. There. Right, let's get our royal icing powder and add a few spoons of water, mix it up to form a paste. Lovely. That goes in a piping bag. Just trim off the bottom. Pop your nozzle in the end. And then spoon in the icing. There! Now we're going to roll out our white fondant icing. This is going to make the underneath layer of the dress. It's going to wrap around the bottom of the cake, so let's just straighten up the edges. We're making a very long rectangle. And as we wrap it around, we're going to create a ruffled effect by folding as we go along. This is going to be the petticoat under our pink dress. We're going to need a couple of these, or a very, very long piece of rolled out icing. And just using a knife, cut off the excess around the bottom. And there you go. Pretty. Now for our pink fondant icing. This is going to make the main bulk of the dress. It's got to cover the entire cake. Roll it out nice and thin, nice and big. And then let's just straighten up the edges with a knife. We might need a couple of these to cover the entire cake. So we've got a nice big rectangle there. And let's start wrapping. Again, we're folding it to make a ruffled effect. It makes it look like real fabric. It's a little bit fiddly, this part, but it's definitely worth it because it looks amazing. Look at that! Just cut off the excess, remove it from the inside, because we've got to pop our Barbie doll in there. Bit more icing going on. So, lots and lots of sponge cake, lots and lots of icing, lots and lots of fun and creativity. Brilliant! Look at that! Now we're going to push up little sections along the bottom to just reveal the white petticoat underneath. Just like so. And now it's time to pop in our Barbie! The legs should go all the way in, just leaving the top part, which joins onto the rest of the dress. Excellent! Next, roll out some white fondant icing. Using a bowl, cut out a circle. And using a piping nozzle, we're going to create semicircles around the edge. This is going to look really pretty. Use a knife to remove the bits you don't want. And you've got a kind of flower pattern going on there. All the way around. Now use your cookie cutter to cut out the hole in the middle. And just one slice, because we've got to wrap this around Barbie. This disguises the join between Barbie's top and the rest of the cake. And now time to decorate! We're going to get our white royal icing and put on some pearls. All the way along the top of the dress. And a few down the middle. You can of course get as creative as you like with this decoration. We're also using it to stick on some sugar flowers. All the way around the edge of the joining petals. And along the bottom. Double layer there. So pretty. Wow. A flower or two. You can experiment with different colours if you like. We've stuck with pretty in pink. Some flowers on the top part of our dress. And on the main part. And then for a finishing touch, we're sprinkling on some edible glitter. Look at her. Isn't she amazing? Absolutely fabulous. Wow. And don't forget it's chocolate on the inside. Who doesn't like a chocolate cake? Yum. A Barbie cake. Beautiful. Here's a quick recap of our ingredients, and you can pause the video to note them down. And now you are ready to make your Barbie cake. Good luck!